As NCIS, Tony and Ziva moves beyond its halfway point. Episode 6 takes a breather from the high-stakes chase to shine a spotlight on Tony and Ziva's daughter, Tali. Since the premiere, where Tali's life was in jeopardy, the couple sent her into hiding with her babysitter Sophie, who's more than meets the eye, being a former MI6 agent while they raced across Europe to clear their names. Up until this point, Tali had only been seen through video calls or nostalgic memories. Episode 6, however, shifts focus and allows the audience to experience the recent events from Tali's perspective. The episode opens with a flashback to 2020, when the family stayed at one of Ziva's old safe houses in the woods. The peaceful retreat quickly turns unsettling when Tony and Ziva find young Tali playing with a gun hidden under the table, a leftover from Ziva's past as a covert agent. The narrative then jumps to 9 days before the present timeline, after Tali is placed in the safe house for her protection. From here, we get a montage of her days in isolation, FaceTime calls, boredom, and bonding with Sophie. Tali's front electronics and no internet highlights her restlessness. In an attempt to entertain herself, she finds an old smartwatch belonging to Tony, which reminds her of his comforting words from Lilo and Stitch. Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind. Later, she uses a clever ruse faking her period to get Sophie out of the house so she can charge the watch. Unbeknownst to her, the cellular-enabled device pings their location to adversaries, putting her and Sophie in immediate danger. Soon, 4 armed strangers breach the safe house, forcing Sophie and Tali to hide in a panic room. Meanwhile, Tony and Ziva, who've received a distress message, race back from prison to reach them. Along the way, they confront emotional tensions, particularly Ziva's jealousy over Henry's bond with Tali, a relationship that had become significant before Henry's recent death. Back at the safe house, Pierre, the attacker's leader, discovers the panic room's vent and throws tear gas inside, forcing Sophie and Tali to flee. In a bold move, Tali escapes and runs over one attacker with their car. Sophie engages in a brutal shootout and ultimately defeats Pierre in hand-to-hand combat just as the dust settles. Claudette arrives and reunites with Sophie, followed by Tony and Ziva, who embrace Tali after the harrowing 9-day ordeal. Despite their concerns, Tali refuses to be moved again, showing her stubborn streak clearly inherited from her parents. The episode closes with Tony, Ziva, and their hacker allies learning that rogue agents Jonah and Martine have returned a stolen drone to a corrupt company, likely as part of a Trojan horse cyber attack. Tensions rise between Jonah and Martine, especially as she remains unaware of his attempt to target Tali. As secrets unravel and dangers loom, Tony begins to process his grief over Henry's death, drawing strength from his family's support.